Good morning, welcome back to Flint Creek Transport. Look at this. This is always a good sign. There's two trucks over there kind of spare, but for the most part, we got trailers and trucks gone. And this is getting into November, late November, and that's when things start to wind down. I'm just thankful for lots of work to be able to keep all the trucks rolling. So the next 2 months are our slowest months. So December and January are the toughest months. And if we can get through those 2 months, then usually we start to pick back up and get busy. So yeah, December, January, we'll see what happens. But this is good. Still busy in late November. And that's some of my job too, as I work with the dispatchers on upcoming work and making sure that the guys have work. So I'm constantly back and forth, seeing how the work is. And for the most part, there's not like, we've been staying busy. It's been good. Every year, it's always December and January to where we struggle a little bit and staying busy. I wanted to show you this truck. This is truck number 104. This is the truck that we kind of went through, did a complete frame paint and cab paint. So this truck looked a lot different, and we finally, this truck's been running for a couple weeks now, but we got it out, got it done. So the reason I didn't get to this truck sooner is the guy that runs this truck typically runs up to our Rochester store. He leaves early in the morning and doesn't come back till later afternoon or evening, so I often miss him. But here it is. It's a good looking truck. So we went with the deep tropical blue. This should be about the same color as truck number 148, the Peterbilt glider that we have. And just a black frame paint. And so far, everything, we kind of worked the bugs out of it. Just little stuff because this thing was stripped right down to the rails. It's been good running ever since we got it going. This truck has a 6NZ Cat. It is a 13-speed transmission, 46 rears. This truck is actually going to be featured in one of our next collector cards. So you have to check it out. If you want to collect a card of it, check it out, hammerdowncoffee.com. And this guy typically runs a flatbed trailer, flatbed and a Moffett on the back or a forklift on the back. So this truck does have a wet line. Right now, they actually don't have the wet line on. You can see that there's holes there in the deck plate or the frame, but they are not utilizing it right now just because we want to get this thing on the road, and mostly this guy is simply running flatbed, so it's not needed. This winter at some point we'll get those lines hooked up and get the wet line back on it. We had also swapped out the floor, got it, did a bunch of work to this thing. This truck we owned for quite a while. We had this truck, I'll have to see if I can get some specs when we bought this truck, but we bought this truck, would have been in 2007 maybe, 2006, 2007, somewhere in there. 2008, we bought truck number 106, and truck 105 was before that. This is truck 104. So that's why I'm thinking in like 2006, 2007, and this is did I say 2004? This is a 2002. So it would have been a couple years old. This is not original paint color. So this is a different paint color than what was on it. So in one of the videos earlier, probably a video, 7, 8 videos ago, when this truck was in the shop and we were working on it, I had said what color of paint that was on this truck. I will put this on the collector card. So if you want to know what color of paint originally this was, check it out on the collector card. Well, this is not a fun way to end the day. So frustrating. So I don't know how well you guys can see this, but I crushed a deer. Car over here to the side. This is right on 5 and 20, and he was coming one way. He was headed west. I was headed east, and the deer hit his car first, and he threw it right into the front of my truck. and I hit it hard. That's not good. Some type of transmission fluid, oil, I don't know if it was the transmission cooler line, but it's leaking all kind of sorts up in there. So washer fluid emptied right out. What a mess. Thankfully, it did not blow the airbags. This truck, I'll show you guys in the daylight, but this truck has been, this is like a deer magnet. This is the third deer I hit, because the first deer I hit, I think I got on video. That was a while ago. The second one I hit was in town. It was like a fawn, and it was kind of running I popped over a hill, and they were running out in front of me. And then this is the third one. All right, guys, welcome back. I'm here, Red's Auto. I don't know where their sign is out front, but I'm in one of the other trucks. I just want to pop back here and grab some stuff out of my truck, and also show you the truck a little bit more here in the daylight. All right, guys, here it is. Crunched it in there. I mean, it was a hard whack. Look at that. All right, guys, otherwise this is it looks pretty good. No damage back here. All right, I'm out of here. So I'm just thankful it wasn't worse. Unfortunately, I still think it's going to be probably $10,000 or $15,000 worth of damage. I won't know till they come take a look at it and let me know. So, and hopefully that front wheel, I don't know. It was a hard hit on that wheel, obviously. I don't think it damaged much more than that, but we'll see. I'm just thankful, though, that it wasn't anything too crazy. Late night stuff here. Trucks are coming in. I just want to show you here, as we're getting into winter, some of the challenges that we face. We had a little cold snap, and temperature got down into the 20s and 30s. And what happens is we start to get ice chunks, stuff freezes up, and I'm actually up on top of one of our trailers. Got a couple of trailers out, and I wanted to show you what happens, what happens to our trailers here in the wintertime. Something that we got to be really careful of. A lot different than van trailers. A lot of, we had no snow, so I shouldn't say no snow, but I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of some of that's ice. We've had like a dusting, like a few flurries of snow, and that was it. But this ice right here is simply from rain. So it was wet, rainy Friday, and then over the weekend, these trailers sat, and come Monday morning, didn't even cross my mind, didn't even think about it, and yeah, we had to shovel off a lot of tarps this morning. So some of the reason why we have the straps is to help hold the tarp up, but it's also hopefully to shed the water. You can see that tarp, or that trailer on the far side. It's a newer trailer, newer system, and the water sheds a lot better on that. But if you look still in the middle, you can't quite see it, but in the middle between the straps, there's still ice chunks. So this is a major liability, and we have to make sure that we get, before we run these trailers down the road, we got to make sure we clean it off. So we have a forklift with a basket, and then we also have a man lift. First thing in the morning, the drivers come in and they got to kind of pay attention. And usually when they climb up, check the trailers, they see this stuff, and we got to get it, because if this stuff breaks up and blows off, it can do some serious damage. And that's probably, about 6-8 inches of ice in there. So it's definitely something that's got to get done. We don't have this trouble on our dump trailers, and anything with a mesh, like that trailer I think has a mesh tarp. Tank trailers, not a big deal. And van trailers, you can see those van trailers, you can see the top of the roof, the reefers, there's nothing on there. So that will run right off. They're actually parked a little bit on a slope, so if it does rain, the rain will run right off. That's the nice thing there. But with these tarp top trailers, this can be a problem. The dump trailers not as much because they got a lot more bows in the middle, and there's a reason, there's a science behind this. So a lot of our trailers, almost all of our walk-in floors, we have two big bows, two main bows. This is also on our belt trailers. But when we load these trailers with the payloader, the buckets are about 10 foot wide, and a bucket fits nicely in between these bows. Same way in each spot on the trailer. So they usually, when they load with mulch, they're loading between the bows. Every once in a while they'll dump one over the bow, or split a bow, they call it. But for the most part, it's going right in between the bows. Yeah, that's why we kind of stick with two bows. And then also, depends if you get a load that is fairly light and they want to pack it in a little bit, they can do that as well. But I'm gonna hop down and I'm gonna show you some of the ice chunks over there, because there's a bunch of guys that cleaned ice off their trailers. We did some of them out here, and then some of them we also took up into our bay up in the shop and cleaned them off up there. Winter always comes with a lot of challenges, and what do? But this is something that is, you got to be careful. So here you can see some of these ice chunks. It is probably in the 30s right now. A lot of this stuff will be melted till these trucks get back tonight, but you can see how big of chunks they are, and something like that hits a windshield, that will do a lot of damage. Over there some more. I just want to encourage you guys, if you're out pulling a trailer this winter, tarp top trailer, you got to really watch those ice chunks, get them off. Snow season as well, so always try to make sure the top of those trailers are nice and clean. Hopefully someday we'd like to get a system to where we can just pull alongside, go up a catwalk and just pull the stuff off. So with these tarp top trailers, and you can see they have a bit of an arch, right? So there's about a 9-inch arch. So if you look at some of these big fleets, they have, or some places have a scraper to scrape off the top of a van trailer or a reefer. But those roofs are completely flat. So a scraper works. Here, a scraper does not work. So you're up on top of there, cleaning it off, or on the side of the trailer, pulling snow off. So it can be kind of a mess. We try to get as much as we can inside, but every once in a while, if you're not careful, you get 3-4 inches of snow and ice and cold over the weekend, and it ends up catching up to you Monday morning. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Peace out.